Thanks for tuning in to OnToReviews. Today we're going to review the KitchenAid 7-cup food processor. You might have caught our series last week where we reviewed 4 of the top mini food choppers. Now the difference between a food chopper and a food processor is that a food processor will offer you more features. So this one we'll check out using the shredded feature, and this one has a slice as well, and see how that fares. We are going to make a tabbouleh salad, and we're going to shred some cabbage, and we're going to see how this performs. So now let's get on to reviews. So this is currently selling for $109.99 on Amazon, and it comes in several different colors. KitchenAid, as we know, is a top brand out there, and I wanted to compare it to some of the other brands and see what is best. So far, the setup of this was easy. All of the pieces come apart. There's a piece here that will come off, and if you need to drizzle in olive oil as you're using the food processor, you can do so. And then inside of that is the pusher. That'll push your produce and whatnot, or cheese, whatever you're shredding, as the blade is turning. This is a latch here, which I thought was interesting. I haven't seen that type of design before on the food processors that I have used. So this latch will lock it in place. And I will say it was a little bit tricky. You have to sort of make sure the seal is really down before it will lock. The lid comes off, so that makes it really easy to clean. There's no extra crevices or lips, so that was a good feature that I liked. The blade comes apart, and you take this out when you want to use the shredding feature. So if you do, you would pop this in. You would make sure that the blades are face up so that it's actually going to cut your food. Then you'll just pop that back in to either grate or slice your vegetables and whatnot. All right, so this one comes up. You just pop it up. There's no turning or anything, which I feel like some of the other food processors where you have to sort of lock it in place, it gets a little bit challenging sometimes, but I like that this one you just line it up and you just push it down. So that's nice. It has 3 settings here, low and a high. This is your off button and your pulse. Okay, so let's make our tabbouleh salad. I want to test out the slice feature first. So what you'll do is you'll make sure the slice blade is on the top and the grating blade is on the bottom. We'll just put that in. All right. Okay, so that was pretty efficient. It has a 1/4-inch slice. The only downside I say is there's no control over that. So if you need something that's a little bit thinner, you'll want to use a mandolin. Actually, there are some thinner pieces here, so that tells me that you can control the thickness of your slice based on how much pressure that you give it. So I think if you sort of just let it fall on its own with its own weight, I think you'll get that thin, because that's how I started off. And then when I pushed down, I think I got the thicker cut. So that's good to know. I mean, if you don't want to use a mandolin, this feels a little safer. Got a couple of inconsistent pieces, but that's totally fine. That's very, very minimal compared to what was cut effectively. So pretty impressed by that feature. I think that would be really handy. Let's make some tabbouleh salad. Okay, to make the tabbouleh salad, we're going to add some green onions, some cucumbers. We'll add some fresh mint, some parsley, tomatoes. We'll add some fresh lime juice, olive oil, and salt and pepper. And let's just try the low setting at first and see how this goes. The low setting doesn't seem to be working efficiently. I'm going to try the high setting. And you can see that there's some larger pieces that got missed. So you see the cucumber here and the tomato. Okay, so the tabbouleh turned out okay. This would be something that I don't think I would serve at a dinner party per se, but I think it would be something that I would make quickly for myself for a lunch at home because it's quick and efficient. So let's just put that aside and let's test out the shredding feature. So we'll put this guy back in and get that set. And then we'll put the grating side face up and pop that in. Because it's just one blade that you're given, it's only offering one grate size. So that's something you might want to consider, because when you invest in the larger food processors, several times you'll get several different blades that you can do like a fine grind or a medium and whatnot. So let's get this started here. Lock that in place. That in. I think we'll try high because cabbage is a little bit hardier, so we'll try high. interesting because a lot of it gets kind of trapped above the blade, which is a little bit inconvenient, a little bit messy, which I don't love right off the bat. Take that out. I have a little bit of a mess all over the place, and so I'm not sure if it's specifically cabbage, but we will test it against other food processors and see. But this gives you a pretty inconsistent grate as usual. Once you start to sort of get used to the machine and then maybe control the pressure of you pushing the produce down the opening here, I think that maybe you can have more control. You don't get long pieces of cabbage. You'll get like a little bit of a shredded mince, if that's the way to explain it. So it did an okay job, but it was interesting to see. And again, we'll test several other models this week to see how each one compares and which did a better job. So stay tuned for that. And thanks for tuning in to OnToReviews. Our mission is to test each product in our kitchen using real recipes, food that you may make in your kitchen, so that you can compare them yourselves, make a wise, informed decision, rather than buy something that you're not happy with and have to return it and waste resources and time and energy. Thanks for tuning in to OnToReviews. Subscribe if you haven't already, give us a like, and stay tuned for our week-long test.